Alright, so two leaks dropped on the Avata 360 recently. The first one is interesting. The second one is something else entirely because someone just photographed an RC2 controller running the Avata 360 flight interface. And if you know what to look for, this single image reveals the resolution, the battery life, the camera system, the GPS lock, and hints at a feature that could make this the most important drone DJI has ever released for content creators. And we are going to go through every detail one by one, stay until the end, because the last thing I am going to show you in this image is the part that changes everything. Let us start with what leaked first. Leaker Jasper Ellens via Drone XL shared new details on Avata 360 accessories and pricing. Two things stood out immediately. The first is a lens kit. DJI is reportedly planning to sell a €50 kit that includes 2 replaceable lenses and the tools to swap them out yourself. Now, if you owned the original Avata, you already know why this matters. Scratch the lens in a crash. Simple enough problem. Except on the original Avata, replacing it meant opening the camera assembly or sending it in for repair. The Avata 2 improved almost everything about the drone, but the lens situation stayed the same. Damaged lens still meant camera module repair. The Avata 360 is different. If this leak is accurate, you crash, you scratch the lens, you unscrew it and replace it in minutes. And this actually makes more sense for this drone than any previous Avata, because the 360 design means people will fly this thing in ways they never flew the original, through tight spaces, close to obstacles, and situations where crashes are not accidents. They are part of the experience. Like, user-replaceable lenses are not just a convenience here, they are almost a requirement. Insta360 has been doing this with their X series cameras for a while now. DJI appears to be taking the same approach. Smart move. The second detail from Ellens is the battery pricing. The Avata 360 battery is expected to cost around €70. For comparison, the Avata 2 battery costs roughly €100 and carries a 31.8 watt-hour capacity. The Avata 360 battery is rumored at 38.6 watt-hours, more capacity, lower price. That almost never happens with a new DJI product, and it suggests DJI may be positioning the Avata 360 as something more accessible to operate long-term, not just cheaper to buy, but cheaper to run. More spare batteries for less money means more flight time without the usual DJI battery tax. Ellens also mentioned that the next official teaser is expected on March 12th. DJI is clearly drip-feeding this launch deliberately. And honestly, that teaser may focus on the lens replacement system, showing exactly how fast you can swap out a damaged lens after a crash. But here's the thing, that teaser can wait, because what I am about to show you tells us more about this drone than any teaser DJI is going to release. Someone photographed an RC2 controller running the Avata 360 flight interface, and I want you to look at this image carefully because almost every detail on this screen is telling us something. Let me go through it piece by piece. This is not a normal camera feed. What you're seeing on the RC2 screen is a spherical 360 style preview, a tiny planet view. That immediately confirms what we suspected. This drone is not using a standard forward-facing camera. It is capturing a full spherical image through a dual fisheye setup being stitched into a 360 view in real time, right there on the RC2 screen, live. Look at the sphere. You can see multiple grid lines running across it. These are orientation guides. DJI is using them for horizon reference, reframing, stabilization alignment, or stitching calibration. On a normal drone camera, this display makes no sense. On a 360 drone, it makes perfect sense. The pilot needs to see where the virtual camera is pointing inside a full spherical scene. These lines are that reference system. The green crosshair. This is the most important detail in the entire image. On a standard drone, there is a fixed forward-facing frame. The crosshair marks the center of that frame. Simple. But on a 360 drone, there is no fixed frame. The camera captures everything. So why is there a crosshair? Because DJI is letting the pilot define a virtual camera direction inside the sphere. The crosshair is not showing where the physical camera points. It is showing where the reframed output is currently aimed. That means the pilot can preview a specific angle while the drone records the full 360 environment around it. In other words, DJI may have built a virtual gimbal, no moving parts, no mechanical stabilization. Software defines where the camera points after the fact, and the pilot can see that virtual framing in real time while flying. If that is what this crosshair means, it is one of the most significant things DJI has ever put in a consumer drone. The battery and flight time data. At the top of the screen, 74% battery remaining. Now next to it, 13 minutes and 28 seconds of estimated remaining flight time. Run the math. If 74% gives 13 minutes, 28 seconds remaining, a full 100% battery works out to approximately 18 minutes total flight time. 18 minutes, that is not a spec sheet number, that is calculated from a real flight in progress, and it makes complete sense for this drone. Dual image sensors, real-time stitching, 360 processing, high resolution recording, a heavier body than the standard Avata. All of that pulls battery harder, like 18 minutes of real usable flight time on a drone. Doing all of that is actually respectable, and if DJI advertises 20 or 22 minutes officially, real world flying will likely land right in this 17 to 18 minute range. The recording settings, bottom right of the screen, 6K at 25 frames per second. This is exactly what you would expect. 360 footage requires high resolution before reframing. When you crop a spherical image down to a standard flat output, resolution drops fast. 6K is the floor DJI needs for this footage to be genuinely usable after reframing, and the remaining storage time shown is 16 minutes 29 seconds, large files, real 360 capture. Not a demo mode, not a prototype preview. This drone is recording genuine high-resolution spherical footage in this image. The telemetry, lower left, 28 meters altitude, 141 meters distance, light speed at 0.0 meters per second. And the drone was hovering completely still when this picture was taken. Stable enough for the pilot to pause and inspect the preview interface carefully. That is not a chaotic early prototype. That is software confident enough to hold position while the user examines the display. The GPS lock. Top right, satellite count of 36. 36 satellites. That is an extremely strong GNSS lock. This drone is not behaving like a stripped down FPV toy designed only for goggle pilots. Full GPS positioning, like standard DJI flight system, which means the Avata 360 may be designed to work as a normal stabilized drone, not just an FPV product. Creators who want simple cinematic flying with full 360 capture could fly this without goggles, without FPV experience, without any of the barriers the original Avata had. That would open this drone to a completely different audience. And now, the part I told you to wait for. The crosshair is not just a display element. DJI does not add strong visual indicators unless they serve a function. And a green lock point crosshair on a 360 drone preview suggests the system may be doing something more than just showing a virtual frame direction. If DJI can define a virtual viewing direction in real time, the next logical step is having software automatically keep a subject inside that direction. The drone captures the full sphere. AI decides how to frame it. The virtual camera follows the subject not by physically yawing the drone, but by tracking movement through the spherical footage in real time. That would mean the Avata 360 could offer a completely different kind of subject tracking than anything DJI has released before. Not follow the subject with the drone. Capture the whole environment and intelligently choose the best angle around the subject continuously. You fly first, software handles the shot. Like, if DJI has built that, this is not another Avata variant. This is a new category of drone filmmaking entirely. So let me summarize what one leaked image just told us. The Avata 360 is a true 360 drone with a dual fisheye system stitched in real time. It records at 6K. Real-world flight time is approximately 18 minutes. It has a virtual camera system allowing pilots to preview reframed angles while flying. It carries a full GPS flight system, suggesting it works for non-FPV creators too. And the interface hints strongly at AI reframing and possibly live subject tracking through the spherical footage. Add replaceable lenses and cheaper batteries on top of all that, and you start to understand why the anticipation around this drone is what it is. The next teaser drops March 12th. I will be covering it immediately. Subscribe and hit the bell, because when the Avata 360 officially launches, you do not want to miss the full breakdown. And drop in the comments the virtual gimbal concept, AI reframing, software tracking through a 360 sphere. Does that excite you, or does it sound too complicated for real-world use? I want to know what you actually think.